The ultimate granny square tutorial for beginners. No magic rings, no complex sewing, just a simple, clear and beautiful result. Let's crochet together. First, we make a slip knot. Then we chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. As you can see on the pattern I just circled, these 4 ovals are our chains. Now we join them with a slip stitch to make a ring. See this done here on the pattern, it means a slip stitch. Now we chain 3. It is very important that in this round we will work everything directly into the center hole and look at the pattern if there is a dot at the beginning. Like here, it shows the direction. It means we will be working clockwise. Now, let's work the first cluster. We need 2 double crochets and 2 chain stitches. Since we already have our first fake double crochet, those 3 chains we made earlier, we and 2 more double crochets and 2 chains to complete this corner. Don't worry if your stitches look a bit loose right now. Granny squares tend to look much better once you complete the full round and pull the starting tail tight. Now we continue our round by working 3 double crochets and 2 chain stitches into the same center hole. Remember, the center ring is our only workspace for this entire round. It might feel a bit crowded in there, but just keep going. You are doing great. If your starting tail gets in the way, just move it aside. Now, go ahead and work the last 2 sets of 3 double crochets and 2 chain stitches. Remember, keep working everything directly into the center ring. Don't switch to the stitches. As you can see here on the pattern, I've highlighted these 2 blocks with arrows. This will help you understand how to read the chart, so you won't get lost and will know exactly what you are doing. To finish this round, we will use a slip stitch into the 3rd chain. Let's look at the chart. This slip stitch is indicated by a small dot. Here is a golden rule. If the dot is at the end of the round, it means a slip stitch to join. But if it's at the beginning, it shows the direction of the new round. Now insert your hook into the top chain, yarn over and pull through. Now here is a very important secret for a perfectly straight square. Right now our hook is resting on top of the stitch, but to start the next round correctly we need to be inside this big corner hole, the arch created by our 2 chain stitches. To move our yarn there, we will make one more slip stitch directly into this large space. We do this so our new round starts exactly in the corner, which keeps our square perfectly even. Remember this golden rule. At the end of every future round, you must do this extra slip stitch to move your hook into the corner space. Let's start the second round. First, look at the dot at the beginning of the round on our chart. It shows the direction you need to move. From now on, we will work exclusively into our arches, the spaces between the clusters. To begin the first cluster, we work 3 chain stitches and 2 double crochets into this first space. I'm showing all 4 spaces on screen now. Note that we are only starting this first cluster here. We'll come back to finish it at the very end of the round. Now we need to complete our first corner. Chain 1 to prepare for the transition, then move to the next space. Here we make a full corner. We work 3 double crochets, chain 2 and 3 more double crochets into the same space. Now we repeat the same pattern for the next 2 spaces. Don't forget to chain 1 for the transition, then we work 3 double crochets, chain 2 and 3 more double crochets into the space. Just do this for the next 2 corners and I'll meet you at the end of the round. Now let's finish our final corner. First, chain 1 for the transition, then we work 3 double crochets into the very first space where we started. Since we already have our first 3 stitches there, we just need to chain 2 and slip stitch to the top of our starting chain to close the round. Remember how we did this in the previous round? We are making a slip stitch into this space again to finish. It's a key step to keep our square nice and even, rather than pulling the corners, which helps keep our edges straight. Let's start the third round. We begin in the same corner space as before. Remember, the dot on the chart shows us where to start. So let's chain 3 and we work 2 double crochets into this space. We are starting our half corner here. Just like in the previous row. And we'll finish it once we complete the full circle. First chain 1 for the transition. Now, in the next space, we will make a cluster of 3 double crochets. And then chain 1 again before we move to the next corner. Next, into the corner space, we work our large cluster consists of 3 double crochets, chain 2 and 3 more double crochets. Next step, chain 1, work 3 double crochets and chain 1 into this side space right here. Now we are at the corner. Let's make our large cluster. We work 3 double crochets, chain 2 and 3 double crochets into this space. Next we have another side space. Chain 1, we work 3 double crochets and chain 1. Now, for the next corner, we make our large cluster again. 3 double crochets, chain 2 and 3 double crochets into this space. Here is our last side space. Chain 1, make 3 double crochets and chain 1. And finally, we are back at the start. To complete the first corner, we work 3 double crochets into the starting space. Then, chain 2 and finish with a slip stitch into the top of our first chain. Round 3 is complete. To finish our square, cut the yarn, leaving a tail of about 4 inches. Now, simply pull the hook up to bring the tail of the way through the loop and pull tight to secure a knot. Now, we need to hide the yarn tails so our square doesn't unravel. Turn your work to the back using a yarn needle or a smaller hook. Weave the tail back and forth through the base of the stitches. Go in different directions to lock the yarn in place. Then carefully snip the excess. Your granny square is now ready. You can use these as coasters or sew them together to make a pillowcase or a bag. I recommend blocking them for a neater look. And I would be so grateful if you could share your impressions in the comments. Did you find this tutorial helpful? Let me know.